It's a year today since I actually stopped smoking. I was smoking 40 cigarettes a day. I realised it was bad for my health, blood pressure and whatnot. Anyway, I stopped smoking. One or two things have happened since I stopped smoking. I feel a lot better, a lot fitter and cleaner. I've got a bit more money in my pocket. But I've also started a bit of a belly, a bigger arse, my arms is bigger. I feel stronger, but I'm getting bigger. I was editing a film, some video I did the other day, I was stroke cutting something, and I noticed that my t-shirt was halfway up my back and my arse was sticking out. And I mentioned that my t-shirts didn't fit us anymore. Anyway, I found out nothing of it, and a couple of days later, one of my viewers sent us an email asking what size t-shirts I took and where should he send them. Well, I told him extra large and my work's address, and I thought nothing else of it. And then this morning, the parcel package came from America, and I hadn't ordered anything. I was going to tool it, I was not from America. Anyway, I opened it up, and then there was a letter inside. And read it out here. It said, "John, I hope you enjoy the t-shirt and the bag. I enjoy your videos. Keep up the good work. From Herb Blair, Carlton, TX. I think TX stands for Texas, USA." Right, when I opened it up, there was a nice bag inside, a heavy canvas bag. The wife's claimed that for her shopping, so I'm not seeing much of that. But there was a nice t-shirt. Not quite the colour for the workshop, but nonetheless a nice t-shirt. Don't mess with Texas. Anyway, thanks very much, I appreciate it, the gesture. There's quite a few people said they're going to send us tools and odds and ends. You're the first one that actually has, and I really do appreciate it. Thanks very much. I did a bit more on the Levine head last night. You can sort of see how it works now. The plunger to go in there that locks into that gear, and there's another one of them to make for another gear. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make another one of these, another one of them holders. I'll just machine it and video how I machine it, and you might be able to pick something up from it or whatever. Quite a simple turn. It's straightforward turning with a little bit of threading. You know, I've got thousands of pounds of the gear and I use bastard adjustable. 17 minutes back. So it's just a straightforward turning job with a bit of some threads to tap in there, some threads to put on there. That's the critical dimension, the one that fits into the gear, in the thickness there, the spacer. We'll saw a bit of bar off and I'll make one. Got a bit of bar in the bandsaw. I've got no idea what sort of bar it is. It's the sort of bar you get given for nothing. It's shiny and it's quite tough. It machines quite nicely. Just an inch diameter. The draw lasts for inch, but I haven't got any inch. And this is what I've got. The first thing I'm going to do is we'll square one end off. Once again, it's a right hand knife tool. Tool is a lot of, you do a lot of machine work with a right hand knife tool. hacksaw makes a reasonable job, it cuts fairly square. So I want the end machine square. Well, the way I'll do it, the way I'm going to make it, that's the most critical dimension, that diameter there, so I'll go for that one first. It's pointless machining all this and then making a bolt of that. We'll get that dimension done first, threads in, then do that in. It's a fair bit of metal to come off, so I'm not using that tool to take the metal off. I'll use a roughing tool. This tool needs setting up for centre height. Just beat over the holder. So one of the best ways to accurately set a tool up for centre height is actually a pit mark on here where we faced it, where I machined the end. It's actually high there, so we'll drop it down to a roughly on centre height, which is about there. What I'll do, I'll take a light cut across the face. Still very slightly high. Another one. Right, that's right on centre height, it's leaving no pip at all. This tool you use for removing metal fairly quickly. Smooth the lathe down. I'll put it back here when it's friggin' noisy. Right, I've slowed the lathe down. It's actually running at 210 revs per minute. Put a power feed on it as well. Just touch it off there. Then we'll put a proper cut on. They're in 40 thou, that's 40 thou inside, that's going to take 80 thou of it. Gauge our power feed. You're better off machining like this. It makes nice little chips you can sweep up. It's making big long stringy bastards, making wire wool. What we'll do, we'll make sure we've got enough, machine deep enough, and then we'll face the end off. I'll get it on a few thou sides with this tool. Then face it with a finishing tool. Right, that's plenty there. Back out. 50 thou this time. 50 thou cut, that's 100 thou. Might need to put water on. That might as well, the water's there. There's no drama there, it's not struggling, it's walking that off. Right, we'll do a proper cut in. 50 thou. It's taking 50 thou cents, 100 thou. We'll put the water on. No drama at all, it's just machining it off. Not fussed about the finish, all I want to do is remove the metal as quickly as possible. Like you see it's coming in like little small chips. You can shovel it up and get a shot of it, rather than worse than big stringy bastards. Right, we're at 600 dead, and we want 560, so it's 40 thou to come off that. What I'll do, I'll put the finishing tool in and I'll speed things up a bit. Put my right hand knife tool in, which means we can get into the shoulder as well. Right, we've got the lead running a lot faster now. I'll do, I'll square the shoulder up first. Do it by hand. Finish it off later. Right. Touch it off. Do our conker. Put a 10 thou cut on. What we're doing here, we're taking 20 thou off, but we're also seeing what sort of finish we can get. The finish looks quite reasonable. I will slow the feed rate down for the final cut into the shoulder. Right, we're at 570. Five, 6, 9. 5, 6. Three thou. Side. Slow the feed rate down a bit. It's a nice fit, that's what we want. I'll just lock the carriage off and I can finish the shoulder off by hand. Just gently fetch it out. Got a 45-degree tool here. I'll just break the edges. Put a nice chamfer on. Looks better. Such a cutting your finger ends. So a little bit of trim off the end of there. Quite pleased with that. It hasn't got to be a tight fit, but it hasn't got to be a sloppy fit. That's just nice. Right, now we want our centre drilling. Drilling to 5mm and tapping 6. What I'll do, I'll take that tool off It's easier to take it off and put it away in the rack than it is to catch your hand on it if they're sharp. Put a drill chuck in. I like these keyless chucks. I've got a few of them. All the machines have got them on. They're not expensive, Chinese ones. The quality is fairly good. Decent size centre drill. Be careful with centre drills. I've only got one ambition in life, that's to snap off on the hole and that bastards to get out. There we go. Straight in with a 5mm drill. Set our tailstock. Probably going in for 1 inch. Plenty of thread. 5mm drill. I'm using a cobalt drill. I'm going to set them from 1mm to 10 to 13 up and a half mils. They're great for the lathe. It's all I use them for, proper engineering drilling. One of that drills for drilling wood and the like, angle line and whatnot, not these. Just pull it out and see the chips of it. A little bit of jollop. Right, that's within 1 inch. That's enough. Out with the drill. Use this stuff for tapping everything. Triple X, good gear. Tin like that lasts for years. A little bit on. Should go into there. Right, I've got a tool here. It's actually what I call a wiggle board for. What I use for setting things up in the 4-jaw chuck, the spring loaded centre. It's good for holding the tap square as well. When you have a bit of tension on the tailstock, you can see the spring loaded centre moving. Got a weight on it. The top goes in nice and straight. Nothing worse than wobbly threads. You can actually set the lathe away and back and power tap. It's good with snap taps. Try our elbow in. That's great. Really nice and true. Machine the end out to the right length. All the gears are the same thickness. Got the carriage locked off. Only once maybe a couple of thou, proud of the gear, just so when you take the washer on, the gear still moves. That's a couple of thou there, I can measure it, but I know it's a couple of thou. .45-degree tool just to chamfer the end. Just feed it in by hand. Little touch of the emery tape was to break the put the centre drill in just to clean the end of the thread up. Excellent. The next thing we need is the length of that shoulder there. The length of the shoulder is 400 thousandths. What I've done, I've screwed my parting tool up. It's touching the edge of the workpiece. I've got the backlash adjusted forward on the compound slide. That touching there. Lock that up. Zero your compound slide. Right, wind that out. I know the parting tool is 120 thou thick, so straight away we can dial in 100, 10, 20. Zero that again. So that puts the tool right on the edge. And we'll go in 400. 1, 2, 3, 400. And all I want to do is put a groove in there so I know how much to turn off and we'll turn it around. We'll slow this down a bit, we'll stick it in back here. Bang on 400 so. It's quite handy using the compound slide. It's the same, like you can make mark out with it. It's very accurate. Maybe what we'll do now, we'll turn it around the chuck, face the other end and centre drill it. What I will do, I'll just check the length of it against the other one. Needs 50 thou taken off it. Need the same length as the other one. So again, we can use our compound slide. You've got to make sure you've got the backlash taken up the right way. So that's 20 thou backlash on that. So we're on 0, 150 thou, it's 20. .48, couple of thou to finish it. Most of it's getting turned off anyway. It's down to 10 mil. Now we'll centre drill it. It's mounted between holes that you hold that, but you don't want to hold that face there, because that face is finished size. Doesn't matter, we'll put a mark on there with a chuck jaw and always polish it off. I'm going to do some going on this because there's going to be a bit of heavy turning going on. Shut the cooling pump, the tank on the lathe, where the white water lives. There we go, so back on, 40 thou, put 40 thou aside, that's 80 thou. Cut that off, no problem at all. Right, we're finished that, just 385, just roughly 10mm. It's at 420, so we can dispense with the rough and tool and put a fine feed tool in. See what I mean about the chips when you use that tool are nice heavy chips instead of long stringy bastards, easy to get shot off. Right. You know, right on knife tool in. Speed the lathe up considerably. Nice finish on there. 45-degree tool, let's put a nice chamfer on it. Getting a bit near the chuck jaw there, but we'll still be alright. Well, the inverter comes in handy on light cuts like that, you can just slow the speed down that way. There's a thread going to go on here, so I want to put a nice lead on the end for the die to start. Got a screw cut up, it's going to run a die up it. Here people are about using files in the lathe. I use a file in the lathe a fair bit. One very important thing, must have a handle on. You've got to be aware of what you're doing. There's a revolving chuck there. I'm left-handed, so I can work at this side of it. So I've seen people climbing over the top of the lathe. It's not good. If you don't feel confident enough to do it, don't do it. But I'm working well away from the chuck. So I want to lead just for the die to start on. All that's done there. Tiny got breaking corners and breaking edges, because you can appreciate if you hit the lathe jaw with it, it'll snap the file, a bit of it will come back and maybe even hit you in the face or whatever. You have got to be careful. I think this stuff's more dangerous. Emery tape, you get people using great long bits. There's no way that's going to wrap around there and pull me hand in, no way. If you have a bit a foot long, it gets a hole. Right, we'll get the die started on there. Once again, Trufflex for cutting threads. It's just actually I'm using snap-on dies, or dies from work. When I bought that die holder, the handles were straight. Years ago I was cutting some threads in the lathe, and you can see what happened, can't you? You know, they're bent. I haven't got a tailstock die holder that holds this particular type of die, unfortunately. So all I do is fetch the flat end of the tailstock spindle up, it touches, and that keeps it pushed nicely in line. All I want to do is start it. I take it across the vise to cut the thread. Nice sharp dies, easy cut. One here would snap on taps and dies that are good for what the cost they want to be. This steel is, it's not made of steel won't go up here, it's fairly tough stuff. I'm not sure what grade of steel it is, but it machines quite nicely. Right, so we've got a good start on there. Bollocks. Bastard. It's all the way through the die, so I can take it in the vise and clear the vise now. As you can see, my bench is not the most tidy place in the world. I've been busy with the dreaded domestic chores, but you do what you've got to do. A couple of aluminium jaw protectors. Wait, they're not protecting the jaw, they're protecting the job. Bit of cutting oil. In the good old days at school, you had to go one turn forward, half a turn back to break the chips. Doesn't do any harm, but you can. With the modern die, you can wind them straight down. I've got my thread down to full depth. What I've got now, I've got a die nut. Make the threads nice and crisp and sharp. I use die nuts a lot at work for repairing threads. Do a lot of work on turbochargers or stainless steel studs in, they can be bastards. Threads picking up and whatnot. Nice sharp thread, we'll try a nut on it. Then a little plain nut. There you are. Just nice. That's its partner. Two of them now.